at this point. But have we really been working on it, or just kind of?
Well, hello guys, good morning.
Making it in.
And
or whatever time you're watching this.
Yes, and welcome to another day of WTF, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, our series.
Schedule.
And we talk about
Books.
If you're new to our channel, we talk about books, writing, and other stuff occasionally, and we haven't even gotten into the other fun stuff that we do outside of writing, but here we go.
You should go first.
I am Aubin, the author of The Second Nature of Indigo, which is out everywhere, basically. And it's a historical fiction novel following a young female protagonist as she unsolves a mystery that it was considered to be solved and finds the real culprit.
Mm-hmm. I am Mariella May, or Ella, as I will be referred to. I'm working on a fantasy duology, currently not out, but the first one is going to be the main topic of what we're talking about today.
Uh-huh.
So, wait, this is actually your document that we have pulled up.
Sorry, this is my book.
So
here, I have yours in a different tab.
My book has been in the editing stage for a little bit, and Aubin is currently doing a reading pass of it. Making sure it's considered an alpha edit, so she's doing big stuff like characters being consistent, world being consistent, power structure being consistent. That guy died earlier, why is he here again? Like those kind of things. So
and so today is our evil editor. How do you take criticism? How do you take edits? This is us doing that in front of you. And we're also learning at the same time too.
This is actually time that we're spending editing my book.
Yesterday this is my work that I did yesterday working on this, and I also have it in a short, so you guys should go watch our shorts. Here we go.
Yeah, but we're not going... Okay, so one thing. We're not going to say names of characters.
Yeah.
We're not going to say name of the book because it's not out.
Yeah.
But
so basically, you're not going to get any spoilers or freebies, so...
We're going to get, you might get, vaguest things.
Yeah.
But...
We'll talk about the mechanics of how we edit.
Uh-huh. So,
there we go. I got the sidebar to go away.
Is that I have a very weird voice when I write, so... My cadence and my sentence structure is very weird. I don't know if Mom, when she's editing it, she's always like, man, you have such a weird patterning.
I mean, yours is definitely different. Oh, sorry. Yours is definitely different from mine.
Yeah.
And it's important that as an editor, you're able to separate your voice from their voice and not give them just what you would say, even though what they're saying is perfectly fine.
Yeah. Another thing is, sometimes what you're saying isn't perfectly fine, and you might just want to be like, oh, but that's just my voice. But for the reader, it's really confusing.
Also, as you grow as a writer, you'll look back and be like, man, why did I do that?
It's like the editor was so
It's almost like we know this from personal experience, and you should listen to us. Okay.
And criticism might feel really harsh at the beginning, but,
We've got a lot of comments.
We do. So
this is
So I would read to my family. My parents own Niking Press Publishing Company, and Aubin's my sister, obviously, and we have a brother. And so I would read every night. I'd write 2,000 words each day and read it at night. And they would give me constructive criticism, and at first that really hurt me because I was like, what?
We read family about it at first.
We read family books so often. They never criticized them, but I mean,
we do.
Yeah.
We do, actually.
But I wasn't really thinking of the point of they're gonna publish this. They are alpha editing it as I'm reading it. So with your editors, never be like, oh, I don't want you to, it's their job.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you share it with friends, they'll also do that because they haven't been communicated what you want from them.
Yeah.
So if you want just oh wow, bloody da, I really liked this, bloody da da da, then
it's important to know who you're asking what from. If you read a section to my dad, It's like it's like, okay, here's what I thought. Blah, 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 blah.
I love
Just
this, but this is a little bit too much, and like this needs to...
So if you be specific about what you want, and know who you're asking,
and ask them to follow Mr. Brando Sando's rule,
which we talked about in our video. What was it? Our tips for writing?
Yeah,
I
think so.
We have a bunch of great writing videos. They're all in a playlist for you on our channel, so you can just go over there and watch them. They're amazing. So let's get started. There's one part that, like, it's lovely and it's subtle, but it was too subtle.
Oh, which part?
It was this. It was that this voice never really translated to surprise for me. It was like, because it's all one sentence.
Oh yeah.
It's like two separate thoughts. It's like da da da
da
da
da da.
Yeah, like da da da.
Okay, I mean, we can share stuff. Okay.
It's like, now he makes this. No offense. Like, I'll edit it out.
Okay.
I can take it.
We are going to call the main characters
L,
C, and L.
Okay, C and L. I got it. I'll try my best.
L is our main. Main female character, and C is the main male character.
Got it. Okay. So C is saying, now he makes this. No offense, L. But that never...
It's all one sentence, so now he makes this is only has a comma after it.
Yeah,
so
it
it's like,
never,
now he makes this?
Never
no
made
offense,
sense.
Yeah, we can just take out that comma and replace it with an exclamation mark.
I'll let you do that later. I actually think it would be better if you
separate it
with
a character,
like
physical note.
I would just I'd break the first part off, put it at before, and then I would, like, as he, yeah, that's what I would do.
Sweet.
Okay, yeah.
That's the first note taken care of. I can check that off. Love doing that. That's my favorite part.
Yeah, cool.
Next note.
Yeah, just that is one thing that there's an item that they take with them into a semi-dangerous situation, and when they could just leave the item behind, and there's like really no real reason they need to take it with them.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about leaving it.
Yeah.
I was just like,
I know. You didn't think about leaving it. Of course they would take it because they're not in their space.
I feel like C might still take it, just because of how he is.
Yeah, C could take it. That would be okay, but L would not take it. L would not. She could just leave it with
Yeah.
She could just leave it with H and pick it up later.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, this one. Do you want to add some details about X person around here? It doesn't seem like there was a super great place to put it. I just thought I would maybe remind you.
They only very distantly see the stand.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't be able to, like...
Okay. So X person would not be in this scene, but I just wanted to check if Ella wanted to drop hints on this person. Yeah, that's one of the great things about
alpha editing. Like, keeping consistent, is a character going to be here? Why aren't they here?
Yeah.
Like, I had this one character that was in this whole long thing.
So long.
No reason to be there.
She had one line.
No. She had several. But
lines.
I could just replace it all with M's lines.
It was really funny looking back. Because at first you're just like, okay, she's coming with them. And then you're like, why? It was hilarious. Okay. I think my main note was this. my comment. Ella described something really important in one line, and I said, one line? Oh no. You just explained blah-de-da-de-da-da-da-da. How can you expect me to be satisfied with one line of description? I can't see C doing something with L because I have no idea what these wells look like. I have no idea where the light source would be. What is it? What happened? I can't just see any of it, and it feels very underwhelming for this big event that's happening.
Well, I'm glad you have more than one line about it. It's so long, Aubin's note.
Also, I'm not feeling much danger. This is one overarching criticism I would have.
The first part.
I'm not feeling the sense of mortality or the sense of
I will.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know you can do it, and that's why I'm telling you to do it.
This is another great thing about alpha editing is tone. So they're like,
I'm like, this doesn't really match the tone that I was expecting to have and that you kind of promised me.
Also, another thing I'm going to mention is that the, like, software I guess we're using is Dabble. Not sponsored or affiliated in any way.
We just really like Dabble.
It's great.
And also, Anyway,
They
there are
won't
just
steal your
problems with
stuff
Google right now.
for
I wrote my
AI.
entire first book on Google Docs, but now
AI.
I don't want to. This was a question I had overall, but you should just read that because we're not going to say that out loud. You can just think about it.
That is a good question.
For this, you said you were explaining a power, and then you used this really normal
example,
and I was like, could we make this more part of your world to just emphasize?
Yeah, I mean, we can say that. My world is set in Wonderland.
Could we make this more Wonderland?
Way past the Queen of Hearts.
Yeah, okay, so timing. Timing is something that you don't always think of in your first draft. You're like, what do I need? I need a time. This makes sense, vaguely. I did this a lot with my first draft of Indigo. I was like, this makes sense-ish. So it's fine.
The thing is, it's like spring.
Spring.
It's actually late spring, so it'd probably be more like 7.
Okay, so they have 3 hours.
Which makes more sense for the time frame. Yeah, that's not the one you need to change.
Yeah, don't change that. Okay, now we can...
I'm sure this would be a whole lot more fun if we could, like, share what we're doing. I promise, it's all great stuff.
It's all really interesting. It's just that we can't spoil stuff. Yeah, this was one thing I know. You already know.
Wait.
I just don't understand why he's here.
I
get it.
It's
I do.
Fun.
I know it's fun. Could you just explain it to me why it makes sense, though?
It doesn't, which is the problem. And what I've been avoiding.
Okay, hold on. So,
do you have a point?
I have an idea if you want to hear it.
Oh my gosh, is that the note? Is it that long? No.
That was above note. Okay.
It's not connecting it? Okay.
Okay, why does L instantly assume that blank is blank character? It feels weird to me. It's like a fever dream. Why? Is it just like in dreams where she's just like, I know exactly who you are, even though you...
It's like, whoa, David Bowie!
Yeah, exactly. So could you just explain that to me a little bit more? And then as we go farther down in this note, this character that I feel like is kind of weird in this draft references a thing with a C, which I thought was like kind of weird, but it also made me think of, where's the note? It made me think of, to me, this implies previous encounters with C. If they don't have a history, then I don't see why X character would give C that look. So if you want, you could, I don't know, there's something, I don't know. There's some space for creative stuff there. Oh yeah, that was another thing. It was like, why is he helping them? I don't understand. Is he cheating? Is this cheating?
No, it's his
Is it
job.
part of the game?
It's part of the game. I need to explain all of this a lot. I wrote this it was basically a fever dream for me. I would sit down, I would write. I would sit down, I would write. I'd just be like, oh, this sounds fun.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, so there's very little logic to a lot of this stuff. I mean, a lot of it got way more logical as I went on.
Yeah, and this is only one aspect of the book. Mm-hmm. It's very important. But
wow, you highlighted all
I know.
Of
I
this.
had notes about that entire thing. I highlighted an
wow,
entire
you
chunk.
got A, B, and C notes for this. Aubin structured her notes.
Yeah, I said notes, semicolon, return, A, parenthesis. I didn't understand reading the first time that Scent was captured and forced into serving the king. That was a curveball. So the don't use Scent. B. I feel like I fell off a cliff at the end. Felt like there was a thesis or proper ending missing. You just kind of ended it, and I was left hanging there. Number C. Letter C. My reader brain would wonder if this story has something to do with larger context. Does it? It seems vaguely similar to S's story.
Ooh, interesting. I never made that connection.
You could just change it to S's story if you want.
No, but S's story
don't want to.
Is actually very different than that.
It's actually very different from that. Okay.
Yeah, it's much sadder.
It reminded me of S's story.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was just what my brain would go to, be like, is this plot relevant? And it's not. So
Yeah, it's not.
It seems like a...
It's vaguely plot relevant in the fact that C and his family pass down stories. And this, where is it? This is Old C. You didn't get that?
No!
What?
No! I didn't get that.
It's Elder
Okay,
C.
well, now I have
Another
D. Why didn't I know? Here, hold this.
Okay. Before I had, like... Hello. 4 is more specific, I think. Why didn't I notice?
Okay. So, yeah, that was a note. What did I highlighted the word big.
You didn't like big?
No, it was just completely random. I just had a thought. It would be nice to hear or have mention of that people group, because I feel like it's harder for me to remember that L is what she is and not... Anyway, there you go. It's me asking Ella to give a juxtaposition to allow L's position to cement more in my brain.
We're being so vague while also trying to explain stuff.
Basically, what I'm doing as an editor is asking her to give me context clues that will subconsciously make me believe her more as a character.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like, it's not even showing, it's like subconsciously influencing the reader.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't really have a lot of that.
You don't have a lot of that. And it's okay, but in a way it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it would just add an extra layer. And it's interesting to me that it's a third person
this is
close narrative, and you just don't usually use the C perspective in the third person.
I only use it 2 times.
You only use it 2 times, and this is one of the times?
Yeah.
Okay, whoa. As I was reading it, I was like, that was another thing that kind of confused me, but I did like it. I was like, whoa, we almost never get C's perspective, even though it's third person close.
Okay. Actually, I vaguely get him in another scene.
You've got lipstick on your teeth, unfortunately.
Let's go.
No, it's still there.
The other one?
Yep, you good. Okay.
This is canon, guys. If you see lipstick on my teeth, you know. This is unedited.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, we're gonna edit some names.
Do you want me to
out.
leave it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
We are going to edit some types with the names out.
Oh yeah. Wow, this was really surprising. I don't know how I felt about the emotional ramp up to this, but I was like, la di da di da da part was really it's just interesting.
I know.
It was kind of just like a
I
slap
like
in the face.
wows.
No, I get it, and I think the problem was that it's partly my fault because I wasn't reading this all in one sweeping lovely narrative. I just started taking big pauses. So maybe this emotional ramp makes more sense.
Not really.
Okay. I'll leave it. Okay, this sentence does not make sense to me as who this character is. I don't think C would be afraid of this. It is kind of cute and endearing, but
I think that's the fun thing. It's like unexpected.
Yes.
Bothers him.
But then I don't think it should be about it hurting. It should be about the changing aspect of it.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like
he doesn't fear pain.
He fears pain. He fears
uncomfortable.
Yeah. Oh, this was just a funny note for me. You said on the count of TR, and I said on the count of 3 instead of 3. I just thought it was funny.
Yes, Aubin. He counts trees.
1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, this note was lovely, very beautiful. I wish I had it about 4 paragraphs earlier.
What?
Or you could spread out your information very nicely, lovely, blah-de-da-de-da. But here are my questions. Are the blank alive? Are they on the ceiling? Why are they floating down? Down from what? Are they the same size as L and C? I need to know these details because that's what's going through my head. I can't picture this image.
Okay.
Clay fight? This is kind of hard for me to picture. Oh, wait, I get it. This is me responding to my own edit. Could you describe them a little more so people can get that this is supposed to be a Wonderland pun? Also, it would be super pretty.
Yeah.
So I think this is a really good chance for you to expand on the prettiness of your world.
I just imagine them as seeds just running around.
Yes, that is exactly what I imagined.
That's not at all what I imagined.
Okay, and this could be a good way to add danger.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was just an idea I had. All right. Oh yeah, this was just a weird thing for him to say. Why would he say this? Why would we ever think he was slow? We don't care about this character. Why would he assume?
Okay, yeah, you can take that all out.
Okay.
You see, editing can be really fun.
It can be, yeah. The first time we were editing,
You use this shift. I never ever use that shift.
when I guess, yeah, I sometimes use it. Hey, look, there's a nice chunk.
You have the quote on the other.
Oh. There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
She was quoting the non-quoted thing.
Oh, with the same look he had given her earlier.
Look?
My note. What look? I don't know if you noticed, but these two have been looking at each other a lot, which is also true. They do look at each other a lot.
They do.
Like,
as
between
characters.
things, which I know I think you can describe it a little bit less.
A little less.
Maybe be a little bit more creative about what you use.
What?
Between
You're saying
speech
look
patterns.
is not the...
Look is not very specific, and you do use it a lot. So, what look? I don't know. I thought this was amazing. But I was confused as to why C was confused. Why would C be confused? C would not be confused. He's the one who explained how this worked to her.
He's surprised, not confused.
Okay.
Surprised and confused.
Okay. True.
He's surprised that she's saying that one.
Okay. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Could this
I
be
can
more
clarify.
delicately explained? Because I feel like that's a
Yeah.
very, like, intimate, emotional moment that could maybe be, like, touched on just lightly.
Mhm.
Just lightly.
Just a little practice push.
Just a little practice push. Surprised is not that light or...
Did you use I just realized we still have piano music playing in the background.
We've had that this whole time and neither of us stopped to turn it off. I don't even know. I hope it's not, kind of, so that I don't have to worry about
Editing it out.
crediting it.
Well, I mean,
don't
we
know
wouldn't
what's
get,
been playing.
we wouldn't get any monetary gain from this video.
You said.
It might be quiet enough that we can,
Yeah. We do have mics.
hopefully.
Let's hope that... Okay.
What if I... Alright, interlude, guys. I'm gonna go turn the music on.
Ella just a little hop, skip, and jump outside of the camera view.
Cool like that.
Mm-hmm. She did another one. How are we doing?
24 minutes.
Okay, we should probably...
We wrapping up?
Well, we are going to edit stuff out, but
Yeah.
we are shooting in 4K, so...
Appreciate it, guys. See how beautifully you can see my face?
Okay, hold on. I think I just said that I liked this moment a lot. With most of this, I think... Oh, yes. With most of this, I think it could be a bit more visual. What does the eye look like? How does it move? Is it human? Is it animal?
That is fair.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this was just... I just wrote, LOL!
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
Thank you.
Also, I would say, can you put this moment in present tense? Or not, because you write in past.
Present?
But can I live through this moment instead of you telling me about it? Yeah. That's another important thing. If you have a great moment, but you just tell us that it did happen, maybe is there a way you could show us it happening instead of just telling us that it did happen?
You can get I can get so
much
stuff.
humor. You could bring a lot more out of that. Tunnel. That's nice. But what does this tunnel look like?
That's nice. Yeah, okay. I wasn't great at describing things.
It's okay. Neither was I. It's a common first draft writing by the seat of your
like,
pants
oh, yeah,
thing. You're just like, this makes complete sense. I see it super well in my head. Take me. This is fantastic. That was my note. So, do you want me to resolve it?
Yeah.
Awesome. This was a small note about word choice.
What?
In the river swam a koi fish the size of a boat.
Mm-hmm.
On the koi fish sat 3 girls drawing. I was like, how fast is this koi fish swimming? How are they keeping their balance while they're drawing? So I gave you the option
like
of lazed.
gliding.
Lazed or gliding.
Mm-hmm. Lazed is good.
Okay. Do you want me to change it?
Yeah.
Okay. Lazed or gliding?
Lazed.
Okay. In the river lazed a koi fish the size of a boat.
You can also use your editor as a thesaurus, because they probably know a lot of words you don't, or like different words, or like have a different connection between them.
Exactly. Like when I was writing my book, there was a word day one. Writing that scene, I knew what word I was thinking of. I couldn't remember it, but I was like, I know exactly what word I should be thinking of, but I didn't remember it. Fast forward almost 3 years, still hadn't thought of that word. And then I'm editing with my dad for like the 8th day in a row. It wasn't 8 days, but anyway. It was a lot of days. And Dad was like, why did you use this word? And I was like, I couldn't think of the word I wanted. And Dad was like, you mean this word? And I was just like, it's taken me 3 years to get that word into the book. And I don't know why I would think of that word normally in normal day life. And then
What word was it?
I honestly don't remember anymore.
Your brain was like,
I was like, so glad that's done. You're using a lot of words like confused and surprised. Could you introduce some more visual language into your Bix? Eyebrow pinched, the line of the mouse buckled, something like that.
Buckled?
Like,
okay, yeah, no, I'm not using that one, but...
Okay, yeah.
Buckled? Okay,
but
that just reminds me of, like, the wiggly smiling face.
I'm just saying, maybe take out some confused and surprised.
Yes. Yeah.
And
my writing style
has
and
improved
ability was
so much. So I know that Ella hasn't touched this scene in a while.
No, I kind of just skimmed over this. So it's
yeah.
like, meh.
Yeah.
Finish
so
that
I
later.
know you've gotten so much better since writing this. So that's why I guess I'm being so hard on it.
Yeah, no. I appreciate it because I don't want like a really weak beginning.
And this is a kind of important scene. The scene needs to be very impactful. And so these were my notes about this. This is kind of overarching plot importance. I'm not going to say it out loud. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, poor R over here gets his leg bashed.
Yeah, it's like, what?
They're
just she has to give up X object, but like,
oh no,
he gets a broken leg. It doesn't. This competition doesn't seem super fair.
Yeah, no, I'll up.
Thank you. Awesome. So those are my notes for chapter blank 6 of Ella's book.
I mean, it's currently chapter 6.
It's currently chapter 6. I'll probably change it. And so, yeah, those were my overarching notes. How do you feel?
Great. I mean, I feel like you gave me some awesome notes.
Okay.
I think that when you're editing with an editor, you should never get annoyed because I think that annoyance breeds annoyance. So if you start getting annoyed about one little thing, either be like, no, I don't think that. Like, I don't think that's the right choice, rather than being like, well, no, that's wrong. And, like, in, like, a subtle way. And then eventually you just start disregarding all the comments. Because some comments I was like, yes. And then other comments I was like, oh, yeah, absolutely. I need to change that.
Yeah.
So.
And sometimes comments will be like, no, I don't like that note. Yeah,
like, sometimes.
And that's okay, too.
In, like, the first or second chapter, there were edits that I just, like, completely checked off without doing them. I was like, nope. Nope. Most of them were just, like, word changes. Like, it wasn't like the word was wrong, per se. Yeah. So I was just like, yeah, this is more of my intention with this scene than that. So, yeah. Yeah. Your editor and you are a team, not opponents. Yeah. So. Is there anything you would want to give me notes on as I'm giving you edits? Is there something I'm doing that you would help? No, I actually, more if I did differently. The only thing that I really love when you do that like you didn't do as much here is when you give example sentences for the sentences you want me to change. Like I don't like how you wrote this. Bloody da 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 is an example of how another way to write it.
Yeah. Okay.
So it just gives me like, because sometimes you're like, I just don't like, and I'm like, oh, well.
Yeah. I just tell you what I don't like, and then you're like, well, what do you want? What are you trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I end up just like flipping 2 words around and like, that's good.
And you're like, does this make sense now? And I'm like, no, that's not what I meant.
The problem was that the character was not well described. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like the only note for you.
Okay. Perfect. And yeah, so if you're editing or helping somebody else with their book, definitely do this too. Mm-hmm. It makes everyone's day just so much easier. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it's been really helpful. If it has, leave a comment, like, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next video.
Yeah.
Friday.
WTF.
Bye.
Bye.